When do you get more inclined, in which market phase do you get more inclined to any of the buckets?
So we try to go overweight on those sectors which are underperforming or undervalued or at the peak of the cycle. What we always see that valuations are always stretched, expensive. That is, I think, the crux of the way we are looking at the fund.
You mentioned an interesting thing, the two buckets, which is sector rotation and bottom-up stock picking. Can you explain the viewers and investors a little more about this, and when do you deploy or when do you get more inclined, in which market phase do you get more inclined to any of the buckets?
So the first bucket, which is a top-down view or the sector rotation, in a very simple language, I will say what we do, we try to go overweight on those sectors which are underperforming or undervalued or probably underowned. And we also try to reduce our exposure or sort of trim our weights in some of the sectors which have done exceptionally well, looking overvalued or probably significant outperformance or probably overowned also. Many times at the peak of the cycle, many stocks become overowned. So it starts to come into everyone's portfolio. So that is in a very simple way, but more detailed way I will say we look at the cycles. There can be different types of cycles. Our aim or endeavor is to try to buy the sector at the bottom of the cycle and try to reduce it or trim it at the peak of the cycle. Easier said than done.
Yes.
But normally what we have seen at the bottom of the cycle, profitability is depressed. Valuations are fairly attractive and cheap. And also there is a significant amount of under ownership in the sector. And similarly other way around. At the peak of the cycle, what we always see that valuations are always stretched, expensive, when earnings projections are also fairly robust and healthy. So obviously many things are visible only in hindsight because even if you might trim your exposure to some of the sectors, but they can still go up, right? So that is the risk that we are obviously running. But what is helping us is that we are able to capture the upside and we are also able to protect our downside. That is, I think, the crux of the way we are looking at the fund.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.